Okay, I think we're live now. Let's see.
Okay, let's wait
okay.
like always, like 3 minutes on X, because X is lately crazy with live streams.
I can't hear any of you, I think.
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear. Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear normally.
No?
Yeah, I can hear everyone. I can hear everyone with you included. Got my magical juice. I am already almost healthy. So, can you hear us or not? Is it technical problems again? If not, I will start on my stream, no problem.
So, okay, now I can hear you guys as well. Had some technical issues, but we're here, man.
Yeah, we're here. So let's search on X. Are we live yet?
Yes, we are. We are live. So you can just take the link from there.
Yes, sir. Reposted it now and we'll send to the guys so we can repost and start it and send it to the community. By the way, the session has also the stages live. So let us join the stages for some questions if there will be some. Okay, I've got the people in stages. So let's see if there are any questions. I will just read them. Or Wasim, no problem. Okay, so let's see. I always hate the start of the streams because you never know what to do. You have too much things happening around.
True, yeah.
Okay, of course I'm doing too much things at the same time.
So this is a comment now as well. So
share it with QuickSync. We can write it. Share it with Deepbot. We can write it. Good to be an administrator in every group because you can basically write the post.
yeah.
Awesome. Let me share it with my Telegram.
Okay.
Let's not be funny.
Share it.
Okay, start. It's your show, brother. So you start.
Okay, guys. So we're going to talk about AI. I think future of AI, yeah, and of course about Deepbot and QuickSync. Yeah. So very nice to have you all here. And I would actually say, like, because maybe the guys watching my stream don't know you guys yet, and the guys watching Crypto Alucard and you don't know me yet. So let's kick off and tell the guys who we are. Yeah. So for me, I'm thrilled to crypto, of course. For the guys that know me, for the guys that don't know me, yeah, I'm still thrilled to crypto. I'm actually more as an investor, yeah, and started as an investor in this crypto wonderful world, and grew into being a scout. I always call it a scout because there's guys that do better TA than me, I think. But what I'm doing, I'm looking at a high net worth individuals, and I'm helping them set up like a crypto portfolio. So it's not really too difficult because there's not really many coins that actually are of interest to high net worth individuals. But for me, myself, I'm also doing on socials, degen coins. I call it degen coins. I think Sebastian isn't calling it degen coins. But for me, everything under 100 million is a degen coin. So I'm doing that as well next to helping out rich investors. Yeah. So I'm going to pass the baton. Please, Sebastian, tell us who you are.
Thank you very much. Crypto Alucard here. Sebastian Wolski, real docs KOL that is working fully registered as a one-man company from 2 years back. Quit my job in the corporation, and now I deliver reviews, AMAs, connections, live streams, whatever you need. I have it. I only don't have the money to sustain myself at the moment. No, just kidding. I have my magical juice, so people know me in the space. I delivered a new review today. We'll deliver a new review tomorrow. So I spend like 12 hours to 15 hours a day at screen to deliver the content. to be the best of the best. Got some nice follows yesterday. So another collections of my Pokemons. I will collect them all. I want to have like every big KOL that have an importance in the space to follow me, and every big project that has something that would be interesting of mine as well. So my target for this year, 35, 40K followers, and keep delivering educational quality and get my Telegram channel to the at least 1,000 people with many CEOs, so we can get basically a hub of connecting people. Already have 7 CEOs in it. I want to have like way more. Oh, someone joined the link. Don't know who. Okay, so let's pass the microphone to Wasim. And Wasim, congratulations for the today, especially anniversary of the 1 year existence of the QS project.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, my name, great to meet you. Thanks a lot for having us. It's actually amazing to be on camera, something we are missing in this space. It's really awesome to see you guys. Yeah, so my name is Wasim. I'm one of the co-founders of QuickSync. Today is our 1 year anniversary building on Ethereum. And we are fully focused on building private workspaces. So this is really what. So we really want to build tools that are alternative to traditional centralized workspaces. We are sort of a full toolkit from live streaming tools to collaborative workspaces, and yeah, we are just tipping the iceberg. We are just getting started. So I'm super excited to be here. Super excited to tell you more. And thanks a lot for having us.
So I guess that leaves me, right?
Yeah, that leaves you, man.
Well, nice to meet you. Trail to crypto. Is it Joachim? How do you say that?
Joachim, yeah. It's a bit difficult, maybe. Yeah, what?
That's all right. So my name's Rob. I am the founder of Deepbot, formerly Deep Whales AI. We've created a platform for trading on 4 chains. Currently, we have the first Telegram user interface wallet, such as like a Web3 wallet connected to a bot. 2 years, our anniversary was 6 days ago, actually, which is 2 years, which is insane. Most people would have got up and walked by then, I'm sure. But anyways, it's I've been in the space for coming up 5 years now. I just want to shout out to Sebastian, because of all the KOLs, this guy does grind properly. And, you know, instead of just putting out a post, he smashes it. So I just want to say he's brought me onto many of these places and AMAs. So thank you very much. And thanks for having us. So that is me.
Always bringing you, brother. Whenever I come, I bring my guys with me. So we have to grow up together. We expand and connect.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, great. Really loving having you guys here, man. And well, I think both of your companies, yeah, are in AI and crypto, I guess. Yeah, compute, AI, crypto. So that's actually what we would want to do for the subject of this show. Yeah, we want to talk about AI and crypto and the future of AI. Actually, and also Sebastian has some questions about your companies, because of course he knows your companies best. And well, I can just ask all kinds of noob things about them, but Sebastian really knows it. So
yeah, so we are more towards privacy. I guess Crypt will be your guy for the AI.
Okay, good. Well,
Thanks,
privacy is important for AI, I think. Yeah, no, but yeah, okay. So well, we'll touch that as well. Yeah, we're just winging it a little bit today. But I had some
best way to
questions
have a
written down,
conversation.
so-
Just wing it.
What? So
Just wing
let's
it. It's the
start with
best
a
way.
question and then see where we go. Yeah, let's do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, actually, I wanted to talk about AI and how it's changing well, the space, the work relation that we have, yeah, right now. And maybe would like to know what your companies actually are doing there in that space, like maybe like changing the way people have jobs or something. You know, you understand what I mean? Because I just took a painkiller.
Yeah,
and
I get
I'm
that.
taking it now.
I can take that one. I'll take that with him. I mean, AI is like an infinite subject to discuss, really, you know, and I was only talking to some people today about Claude, because I actually downloaded Claude last night too. I'm not an actual code developer. I have 3 code developers, all of which are insane. It blows my mind. But for me, I managed in just one night and one day to actually take all the code from our GitHub, put it into my local machine using AI, and I've managed to go and find a lot of the stuff within our code that I want to change or fix because it's just not quite working properly, right? That's insane. The fact that someone who has very limited coding knowledge at all can do that. I mean, it's running literally on my machine now. AI is going to change so much. And if you think about, you see that Will Smith thing with the spaghetti, that wasn't even that long ago, right? You remember that, right? Where he's eating spaghetti and it just looks all funky. And now it's literally, you almost can't tell the difference between AI. What's another 5 or 10 years gonna bring us? You can automate pretty much everything, literally everything. Particularly with these new programs coming out that you can log into your emails and all that kind of stuff. So for us, we were Deep Whales AI, and we changed to Deepbot. AI plays a part in our signals. We use that to sort through the best performing wallets. We use it to look into historical data of previous signals that we've given to predict other signals, which realistically you could never do that unless you had some kind of AI like this. And we use it for trending and loads of different things. For me now, I want to integrate AI. Obviously, there's chat agents and stuff like that, but to actually work out so many parts of your trading, what kind of trading you are, what kind of risk level you are, and memorize everything you've ever done.
Oh, we lost him, right?
Cut it.
We lost him a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll come back. But
Yeah.
Wasim, how is it for you?
Yeah. So recently I've been thinking a lot about the user side, and I was actually having a conversation with my co-founder around, like, should we consider bots, AI agents, and so on actually users, and like besides having like a human users, actually them being users. And we were discussing this idea around, so we have a live streaming platform for crypto communities, and then we were discussing this idea: does it really make sense to experiment live streaming where bots are just going there and debating and so on, given that we are now in the phase of creating the adoption mainly for the people, but then eventually using this idea as an experiment to create the awareness needed and the value proposition that we are adding. And this somehow was like left me posing for a second, like, is it really fair, for example, where we are heading, that the users are not really anymore humans, but it's a blend of humans and agents, and should we consider those agents as real users if, for example, they joined this session or stage X or wherever? So yeah, this has been going into my mind recently, and we've been discussing actually experimenting this, having mainly it was inspired by the hype of Maltbox, which is mainly a Reddit style for agents to discuss and so on. And then we were thinking, okay, but we have a live streaming platform. Why we just don't bring bots? Tell them to debate live a certain topic and discuss about it, and this could actually contribute in going viral for our main purpose of getting the really crypto communities towards it and so on. That's one thing. On the other hand, for example, we are already using AI, or we plan to use AI agents in one of our collaboration tools. So we build collaborative workspaces. Think about it as an alternative to WeTransfer and Google Docs. So they are sort of private sessions where you can share file, collaborate on documentations and so on. So we see a lot of potential of AI agents, for example, doing tasks for you inside the session. So for example, if you are sharing a file, you can use AI to convert from PDF to docs. You can summarize the documentation. All those types of agents that can do tasks for you on a workspace level, on a documentation level. This is something that we are currently integrating and coming soon for us.
And how is that for you as a company? Yeah, is AI taking over most of the work, or do you still need employees to do things for you?
It definitely helps. So if you mean from the side of coding, IP, and so on, it definitely accelerated a lot. So we are basically two founders which are already handling. So we are not really outsourcing anything from that. But then if we go to the broader picture, definitely it's accelerating developer development. I would say 5 to 10x, like super accelerating our development and feature releases, which is actually great. This is what we need. We like the idea and the validation is really more important than like just getting it out as fast as possible, because you want to validate it. It's now really about the validation of the idea you are building. So definitely it helped a lot at this end. And then the bigger picture in terms of content creation, creating videos, creating content, and so on, absolutely 5 to 10x more productivity than just hiring people. It just makes full sense to do it this way.
Yeah, you were talking about the content creation. Yeah, also maybe bots talking to bots. What do you think? Will they take over from the influencers, or?
I mean, maybe not take over, but probably compete on a higher level. Yeah, absolutely, and they can start. I mean, so, they can also make money, and then yeah, their owners will be cashing it. So yeah, definitely they can short term be competing at a certain level, if not better.
Okay, great. And actually, it's the same question for crypt. It's like traders, because, well, I'm a little bit of a trader as well, day trader sometimes when I feel like it. Well, in this market, I'm not. But I'm actually now seeing bots coming up, and it's getting a little bit better than me, actually. I'm following their signals. What do you think is going to happen?
The man has their own signal, so she can speak very good about it.
Yeah, man, we've spent a long time refining our signals, and the reality is bots now can trade for you. So you kind of have to move with the times. So the next step for us is to try and integrate. We've got automated trading already, but I don't know. We were using AI for our smart wallets, and the problem with AI is it's picking up trends and things like that. So people are quite smart. Developers are quite smart. They've worked out ways to get around scanners. They work out ways as well to get their project onto best performing trends and things like that. So we actually took away some of the AI from our smart wallets and went back to a manual digging process where we actually find a lot of the stuff ourselves. Because sometimes the best place, I think, or the AI is great, but sometimes the human is needed to actually go and pick out bits and pieces from different projects, which is how we find a lot of our really good trading wallets. However, each night we sort that through AI, which then puts it into the best performing wallets, which are the ones that send through the alerts and those kinds of things. But realistically, bots are going to trade by themselves completely through AI. So integrating an AI agent is really important for us, because if you can just say to your bot, when this launches and it goes to 200,000 sell X, and let it do its own thing, that's far more better than what most systems are in place, like ours, for example, where it works incredibly well, don't get me wrong, but you still got to manually put in your parameters and things like that. So, I think once we start integrating that, it'll be much better performing, or less labor for the humans. Basically, humans aren't even going to have to do anything anymore, to be fair. And that's the scary thing, no doubt. So hopefully I answered that in a really roundabout way.
But look,
Yeah,
if all the bots are competing with each other, yeah, and in the end we have all kinds of very clever bots, yeah, maybe AGI bots and things like that, then won't it just crush the market, actually? Well, he's gone.
Wow. Some kind of connection problem. So it happened. I was hosting a stream. It happened to me, and he has no luck. Like I don't have the luck. So okay. So I have a question to Wasim. Wasim, how do you celebrate the full year of QuickSync? Are you starting a party later on with your wife and your son?
Yeah, yeah. It was a year filled with ups and downs. It was a very long journey, long nights of building, a highs and lows. I became a father for the first time. I got married. So really a lot of things happened within this year. But I guess we are really satisfied. We've done the markets were not in our favor. I guess this is also something for the majority of the projects. But then if I look at the metrics, if I look at the users, and I see everything is increasing, everything is in green. Just gives us this validation that we need to keep pushing and eventually turning this into a proper monetization and flywheel. So as I stated earlier, we are still building as if it is day one. So we really have a lot ahead of us. Validation is going as in our favor. And now I'm really looking forward for what's coming in the coming year, because what we've achieved in 1 year was really a lot, and just keeps us pushing forward to achieve what our final purpose and mission.
Awesome to hear that, because 1 year is a big anniversary. As I said, Crypt said, our friend from Deepbot, CEO, Kryptonite said they are like 2 years already. Yeah? So this is a long-term business. And tell me, like, I worked with, I don't know, 25, 35 projects for a one-time deal, one-time content, something like connections, so on. 90% of it doesn't exist. They were doxed, they were everything. They are not here. Not even the token went a lot of down. Just basically they lost the motivation. They had a plan for like 6 months. It's like you delivered everything, and if you have no vision what to do next, people start to get bored because, okay, it works fine, but there are no updates. There are no needed updates because everything works fine. But if there are no needed updates, there's no reason to hold the token longer than no updates. Yeah? It is a risk. So you have to keep evolving. And this question would be to the DEEPAI team, Deepbot team. You bought the Bobby Bybot. Everyone knows the OG Bybot. So I know the community just loved it. This was the epic move. And can you market your project through the Bobby Bybot?
Oh yeah. I mean, firstly, I'm going to just mirror what Wasim said, because the journey of being a founder is so challenging. Like, I don't think people, unless you've actually been there, it is one of the most craziest journeys, because you're a counselor, you're trying to keep everybody happy, you're trying to build and progress them. So, you know, congrats on that, man, because it's hard yards. It really is. And you never sleep either, right? Bobby Bybot, yeah, we bought that as a marketing tool. What we didn't want to do was turn it into Deepbot. You know, we wanted to keep it as Bobby Bybot. And I may have told you this before. We originally were trying to set up a buy button when it was owned by Twiddles, who was the original owner, whereas someone clicks on the buy button and then they take a percentage of the fees and so forth. And then when the opportunity came up to buy it, I just said, we've got to have this. Like, this has to be. So, you know, whether or not it's bringing in tons of volume, it's 400 million impressions we had last month across all of Telegram with Deepbot on there, you know? So once you start marketing, you've really got to be in people's face all of the time. You can't just put an ad out once and then hope that things are going to get better, right? Marketing takes so much work in so many different areas so that people start talking about you. You know, what is Deepbot? Okay, I've opened that wallet. I saw that before. Oh, they're on X as well. I see their posts on Instagram. I see it everywhere. That's part of the journey. So for us, it was just mind share, putting Deepbot in front of everybody that's buying tokens, essentially, you know. And then we get them to use our tech. We use our wallet, 4 chains across the wallet, and then we just keep improving that. So people start using that. They use it to buy, to sell, to send tokens, whatever. So Bobby Bybot is one of the greatest marketing tools we could possibly have taken on, because, you know, 400 million impressions, man, is pretty crazy. It's a lot.
Crazy. It's a lot. I think that I didn't make 400 million impressions from the day one on crypto.
Yeah, I mean, it's grown exponentially just in the last few weeks. Click-throughs, we measure all the click-throughs for different chains going into Deepbot wallet. Our wallet users have gone up. As we all know, the market is in a dire state right now. So it's not to say people are not buying, but it's definitely a massive chunk down to what it would normally be. But at the same time, it gives founders like us time to go, right, well, let's try and fix this or build this or do something else whilst the market's in this kind of position. So if anything, as much as it sucks and the price goes down and it really hurts and everybody's, in a sad state, it actually works in a founder's favor, because you can just go, right, well, I actually got a little bit of time now to kind of fix some things which, we would have had to have done whilst it was flying. So, yeah, it's tough, it's fun, but Bobby's brilliant, man. I love it. It just runs itself.
I just basically, we have partnered just because you bought the Bobby. If not that, I wouldn't get my followers to comment about the Bobby. I wouldn't find out that you exist. I mean, in that way, because I found about you just because someone posted me that you bought the Bobby. I said, what? No one can buy Bobby. It's a legendary bot. And I started to do a review on you, and then invited you in the places, and we have partnered for the long term. Because, man, you bought the Bobby, you bought the OG, you have the king of the Telegram Bible. So basically
the first ever Bybot in Telegram, the number one, first ever. It's not the biggest at the minute, but our plan is to make it one of the biggest, if not the biggest. And because the bigger we grow Bobby, the better that is for Deepbot. And
what are your plans for Bobby? Are you going to make it innovative again? Because it was end 21, yeah, that Bobby came out, something like that, yeah? It was very innovative then, yeah?
Some time ago. Yeah, and the owner was a guy who ran it on his own. He's had it for a long, long time. It was just doing its thing. And I think in the end, he just said, right, I just don't want to keep it anymore. Then you got Bytech that came out, and you got Safeguard, and those kind of guys really powered up and took quite a bit of the market share. So, it's really important to grow Bobby a lot more, and we're going to change some of the infrastructure for making Bobby more interactive. So, we had Bobby Boost, where people would boost every time a buy came through and things like that. So those kinds of things we'll be reintroducing. Everything you've got to build so that it's successful and that you hope it works. What I'm not going to do is do the same thing as everybody else is doing, right? Because then we're not competing. We're just the same as everybody else. And that's exactly the same as Deepbot. Like, you've got Banana Bot, you've got Maestro. Why would you use us? Well, because we've done loads of stuff differently. And that's the same sort of thing I want to do with Bobby. Bobby needs to be huge. And then the next step for us is integrating the two together. So we have a thing called Deepbot Link, which is a web interface, which is connected via your Telegram. So your wallet, your web interface, and your bot all speak to each other, right? Now, on the web interface, you could fit a lot of stuff. You can fit signals, trending, best volume. So we've got all that data from Bobby Bybot, right? We don't even have to take all the, we don't have to take what everybody else is using. We've got our own data, and it's a lot of data. So we can have the best performing projects on top of the signals that we've got now, best performing projects, most volume, most buys, all these kinds of things. It's unlimited to how much we can actually do. So by doing that, this gives people an incentive to use us, because we're putting their project in front of other people who are actually buyers. We're not just trending on some random trending channel, which is owned by Bobby Bybot. We've got a trending channel. We haven't used it yet because I don't really think trending's that exciting. I mean, you can have a project that's doing 30,000 market cap that's trending #1 because they paid the bill, right? That's not trending. That's just stupid. Dextool's trending, stupid. I'm sure it has its merits because of volume, but so for us, it's one ecosystem, two ecosystems that just go and they mold into each other. So you can buy through Bobby into Deep. Deep's going to advertise your project through our web interface, through our wallet, through our signals. And so more and more people can use that. It costs nothing, but it puts their project in front of way more people for no cost. And then the more people do that, the more people see Deepbot, and it's just this beautiful synergy. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with it.
Legendary answer. Okay, Joachim, now it's your turn to ask the question.
Okay, great. Well, actually, I had an open question for Crypt, and then you fell away. Really would like your answer on that one. Do you remember it, or do I have to?
To be fair, it just black screened on me, so I don't know the question.
Okay, so for me, the question was like, if bots are taking over trading, yeah, automated bots, yeah, are taking over all the trading, then essentially, wouldn't it be like a computer game of the smartest AGIs and super intelligence, maybe in 10 years, you know, trying to compete with itself?
That's a really good question. And I mean, this market has changed so significantly in the last few years in that there is just a bazillion projects now. So, you know, bots don't really look for long-term stuff like you are. They're looking for quick in, quick out, right? So essentially, there's enough projects going around right now for bots to find something to buy and sell quickly. I mean, that's exactly what we've built. We had something the other day which came in at 1,000, it went to 4 million or something crazy, and then eventually it died off, right? So that's not a long-term project. I mean, some people are still probably holding it today and hoping to heck it comes back. But at the end of the day, bots just want to buy and make profit. It's binary, basically, you know, buy, profit, move on. So will it be the best bot wins? Maybe. But I think there's enough to go around. But ultimately, when you think about it, we're still sharing the same, what are we, $3 or $4 trillion market cap, take away Bitcoin, take away ETH. We're sharing a really, really small piece of the pie right now. So that also has to grow. As crypto becomes more accepted, more money will come into crypto. There will be 10,000 billion more projects every single day launched by some kids that are pretending to kill themselves to make money on pump fund. But at the end of the day, more money is going to come in, more projects, bots have more choice, and they're just there to make a quick buck. People like you could use AI to try and look at which are the best long-term projects, 100 million plus, very different game. You know, bots aren't buying that stuff unless it's high frequency trading, because it's you know, it's not really massively profitable in the short term as it is with pump fund and all these other tokens, you know. Hopefully that was a good answer. I don't do short answers, by the way, sorry.
No, it was, it was a good answer.
He never does. Every EMA I said, let's do it under 30 minutes. 1 hour and 50 minutes later, let's end it up.
You have to cut me off.
Yeah, you cut off yourself today.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, what do you guys, Wasim? What do you think is because the show is also about AI, yeah? What's the biggest threat to your company from AI, from the AI evolving?
Biggest threat to our company. I mean, we are a two people founder, so the threat is somehow small on us as people. Let's say. I would say it would be some AI able to build this similar idea and that we are building with, let's say, in a faster pace, and just try to be faster in terms of marketing it and so on. I would consider this as a threat somehow. Yeah, that's what I could think about.
I was speaking with some friends of mine a while back, and well, they're developers, and they actually told me, they said, look, we love things like CloudBot and Claude AI and things like that, yeah, and they really do love it because, well, one of them even told me he didn't write a line of code in the last 4 weeks anymore, you know, so it's just Claude AI. But they also told me, like, they have to work way harder now. They can't go on a holiday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holiday.
It's really about like the building part is getting super easy in terms of like building stuff, and now it's all about the idea, the problem you're solving, and like the pain you are targeting with this idea. But building it itself is not a barrier anymore. And I've seen a lot of people from Gen Z, for example, like cloning big companies and just contacting the CEO and telling them, hey, I cloned your company in 3-4 days or something like that. You know, it's sort of becoming a trend. But the real innovation is in terms of like choosing a problem that really solves a pain for the user. And regardless if you have a technical background or not, it doesn't really, it's not really a barrier at the moment. So you can just really build it quickly, go out, validate it, and which I would argue is actually probably also in the favors of the builders, because you can build things quickly and then focus on iteration and focus on validating that what you thought is an innovative idea and is solving a real problem is actually doing it, instead of like spending 1 year, 6 months just developing and then having a reality shock once you put it in the hands of people, and then all the time and energy is already wasted.
Okay, thanks, Rosine. Actually, also, I want to ask you something, Sebastian, as well. How do you use AI to find your coins?
To be honest, I don't use
He
AI
uses
to find
Deepbot.
coins. Yeah, I don't use AI.
That's
to
the
find
answer,
coins.
Sebastian.
No, that's not. Let me explain. If you're talking about the projects I want to review or want to check out, like long term, I use my community. Community is the biggest power. As a Kryptonite said, there's still people that have the knowledge, and sometimes someone knows something before something happens, and that insight is then way valuable than any whale interested in the project. Because if you know that someone partners with someone and launches tomorrow, and this one is a big one, and no one bought it because it didn't launch, you can make a lot of money just basically entering with something just because you have the community. If you're talking about trading, I use a Deepbot. I use my friends again.
I think you're muted now, Sebastian.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, something muted me. Okay, so to me, it's simple. I use my community. I use my community to do reviews, to do everything. I use my community because if I ask the community, give me 4 projects that will fight for the battle for the next review, they always give me something. And is it via PM, via just post? I simply just state it bluntly. Just drop it. Drop some 4 coins and a simple answer why. And I do a review about it or don't. Depends on the volume of the people. Because if I make like battle, I do it like a battle of tickers, I call it. I ended last one today, yesterday, sorry, and one project got 6 votes. It's not enough for me to even consider checking it out, because if 6 people from 200 votes voted this project, basically no one follows it. Why would I even check it? It's basically data violation. It's not a project that's new. It's a project that's launched some times ago. So if I do a pool, like I did a pool for the Deepbot, we know Deepbot because they have the community, massive amount of comments from the people, just follow it. And I also use the Deepbot signals because, man, I had to say it. The signals are getting better. Did we see like 138x like yesterday or 2 days ago?
We had a 4000x. My little Eggman Omelette, which is his name,
Wow.
just texted me. We had a 2131x from a new pair, which was had a 76% prediction score, 2131. Now, that's not to say you would have got in at the initial market cap that it was launched at. So, you know, even if it was half of that, we are absolutely putting these crazy things out day in, day out, right? And this is why it's super important for me that our trailing stop loss and our automated selling and everything is absolutely as finite perfect as it can be, because you don't want to miss something like that, you know. And if it goes to, if you set your sell at say 100x randomly and it goes all the way to 90x and it drops back down by whatever you set your trailing stop loss, it needs to sell there because you don't want to miss out on and going all the way back down to 0, right? And that's the kind of stuff that these bots we were talking about before are doing. That's exactly what our stuff does. So ideally, you can get in there, it's automatic, you put your parameters in and it would have bought that at whatever price it came in, providing that your parameters were in the correct one. And then it would have sold at whatever you put your parameters in, 2x, 5x, 10x, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're getting loads, tons. People are looking for 10x, 100x every single day. We've literally got them coming in every single day, right? And that's not to say that we don't have bad ones that come in, but we do put prediction scores on them. We do use blockade to give you a safety score of the token, those kinds of things. But yeah, you should just get in and give it a crack. It's all I can say.
Yeah, you just have to try it. Why not? I tried
Is
it.
it fully automated yet, or do I still have to click?
Ours is automated, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I could just give a budget and say play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good. Going to
So
try that then.
we made a couple of important changes today, which will be pushed through tonight, if it's not done already, which was we're looking to add a static stop loss as well. So you actually have an entry stop loss plus then your trailing stop loss. So they're different. But, you know, we've added a few changes in there to make sure that if you sell manually in between there, that the stop loss still calculates your actual holdings, because it's quite technical to try and get that to work. But using AI, we've managed to sort out that code, which will be added in there as well. So ideally, you could put in $10 on every one, and if it matches your parameters, it will buy it. And then you could set your parameters, whatever you want to sell, 5x, 100x. If you set 100x, for example, and you put a 30% trailing stop loss or 40% trailing stop loss, as long as it doesn't go to a peak and then below 30 before it goes back up again, you almost can't lose, right? But it's all about the size of your kahunas, whether or not you're prepared to if you just want to take a quick profit at 5x or something, or if you just want to go, right, one of these is going to hit 1000x, I'll take that, you know. But yeah, it's all about coming up with a strategy that suits you.
That's the best answer, brother. You got it automated. So I have a question for you then, because where do you get your knowledge and your connections from?
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, Jochen.
Oh, okay, it's for me.
It's for
I
you.
thought you were asking Chris
Where
something.
do you asked me the same, so I will ask you, where do you get your knowledge about the tokens, about the coins, about the projects?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm actually very happy with AI because it really saves a lot of work for me. Because look, when I just started out, it was more like a hobby, of course, yeah, doing the TA and looking up every little bit of information that I think I need about the token. But I own another company that's also needs my attention a little bit. And sometimes the crypto thing was starting to feel like work, yeah, because then some guy from Dubai, he wanted me to do a presentation, and I had to get up at 4 a.m, and the day before I had to do like an 8-hour shift of just searching for all the information I needed, yeah, because I wanted to really have the data ready. But now I'm just I'm using Agent Hustle. I don't know if you know it. It's a Degen coin in my eyes, in your eyes not. And I'm using it to ask things that I normally have to search. You know, I would have to search for this data, use even things like Messari or whatever. Yeah, just have to look it and click it and look at everything, and I can just ask it. So for me, wow, man, that's that's really, really good. Yeah, I can just ask some things and it has it all ready for me. Yeah, great. And I even use like an automated trading agent. And I use it a little bit differently than most people use it, because of course you can normally use it to search for trades, but I'm also using it to look at all the things I need right now. Yeah, if I want to look at the EMA and all these things, and I want all that information now and just send it to my client, I don't have to click everywhere. I just ask it, is this a good trade? And it gives me 20 factors, and I just have them all and I can just send them through. So for me, AI is well, saving me a lot of work. And it's making my job a lot easier, I think. Yeah, or my hobby, how you see it. Yeah.
May I ask you, you mentioned projects 100 million plus. Are you trying to buy things that are like a long-term investment?
Yeah, we have like a different kind of view on the market, or I have a different kind of view on the market. Let's say it like that. And I'm trying to trade accordingly. I'm always telling my clients that, look, I've always said we have an 8-year cycle, yeah. So now I'm maybe going to a 10-year cycle. I don't know yet, but look, for me it was like, if there is a 4-year cycle and we're buying something now, and we have like a legal problem or anything, yeah, so that this coin will not go up in that cycle, then I have a problem, yeah, because I've just told you that if you wait a few years, you go up. And well, I don't know, you know, these guys may not like me because of it, and I'm losing a client. So I'm always saying, look, we're going to do this for 8 years. So what we're doing is we're looking at a token that will be here in 8 years. Yeah. So I'm looking at all different kind of things. I've mentioned Hustle right now. Yeah, it's a Degen coin, it's a small coin. But why did I buy that? Yeah, this is much lower than 100 million. So I'm not buying it for my investors, not these investors. But why do I do that? Because I know the team, Emblem AI, is here since 2017. So that's why I trust the project a lot more. I know the guys that are behind it. Well, not personally, but yeah, maybe a little bit. But you know, I know that it's a good team. I know that Shannon is a great developer, and I know, okay, then we can invest in a token. So I'm only investing in tokens, not because of the tech they have now, because, well, okay, you can have great tech now, yeah, but maybe in 1 year, you're the last in line. It doesn't really say anything to me. What says something to me is which investors do you have, which team is behind it. I think those are the important things. And also for me, it's really important, how do you communicate with your community? Yeah, because I think a lot of builders underestimate their community. They think they're just there to dump on, you know, but actually the community does so many good things for you, you know.
Your community is the voice of your project, yeah. And this is, I was only speaking to my guys today about that, is we can only do so much, right? But people need to hear the voice, and when they come into the chat, for example, whether you're on Discord or Telegram, they need to see, you know, who, not just the team behind it and the communication we give, but who believes in this project, who's trusting in this project, you know. And that's a massively important thing. So yeah, I get that. That's really interesting. So how did you do about telling people to buy stuff, like, let's say a few months ago when Bitcoin was at all-time high, or 6 months? Do you tell them to buy at that time, or do you just say you should wait right now?
Not my investors, no. No. I always tell them, look, we buy the lows, you know, but I also tell them I don't know when we'll have a low. Yeah, because I thought we had a low, I think it was back in April or something like that. Well, we clearly didn't. Yeah, we are much lower now. Yeah, so I'm always telling them, look, we just DCA, man. We just buy. We don't buy on green days, we buy on red days, and we'll see where we end. Yeah, but logically, I like to buy on insider info. Yeah, so I like to buy, and that's where AI can't help me yet. I like to know what the team is doing. That's why I say I invest in teams. Yeah, if I know what the team is doing, and luckily I have a lot of teams that are really friendly to me and that well, send me this info, maybe show me a contract or show me something that's coming. Yeah, which is not really like a short-term thing, yeah, because then it would be well maybe a little bit difficult, but you know, then I know on the long term what this will do, yeah, what this can do, because well, it's not really a sure thing, yeah. This remains crypto, yeah. So if I, for instance, know that Dfinity is working on maybe a subnet for Switzerland, then I know ICP is something of interest for me and my investors, even though it's coming down, yeah. So even though it's coming down, we'll just buy. Yeah, so that's actually what we do, and sometimes I'm wrong. Yeah, it happens. Yeah,
of course. So what would we buy now? Tell me what I should buy now.
For me now, I think I'm interested in Near, which is a higher cap. Yeah, and I'm interested in it because they're making a super app, and that's actually also why I'm interested in Hustle, what I called earlier. Yeah, not only because I use it, but because these guys are building a super app. And for me, a super app, the most important thing is interoperability. I think that's the new meta in crypto. It will be the new meta, interoperability. And I think the players that are going, okay, look, other players like Axelar or Link, they were already busy with this, but I think there's some other players that can really make the super app and have their own interoperability layers, and I think that's really interesting for me. Also, yeah, I just named ICP, for instance. I think that's really interesting because of where Europe is going. Yeah, Europe is moving away from American tech. and ICP is based in Switzerland. So that's interesting for me. It's just for me, it's a macro game. You know, it's like ICP is doing things that are really, really interesting. They're not interesting in the first 2 years. You know, this is going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then I think they're deflationary maybe, and you know, it's very interesting then. So yeah, look, if there's an alt season and we top, great, but I'm not really counting on it. Yeah, well, I think it will come, but if it's there, great, we sell everything and we'll buy back in bottoms, you know. But if it's not there, we're still golden, yeah, because we didn't really anticipate an alt season, because I don't know if an alt season is coming. I just know we had 3.
Yeah, I think the crypto market's in a very different state of affairs than it was even 4 years ago, because, you know, with mass adoption and payments through PayPal and all these kinds of things, it has to be different this time around. You know, it's not to say that it's not going to follow a 4-year trend in some respects, but after that, you know, and to go to 120 whatever it is thousand for Bitcoin, it's just ridiculous in one short period. But yeah, it's definitely not dead, and I think irrespective of alt season or not, because the liquidity is so spread nowadays across all these other tokens that do nothing. It's a very different space.
It's liquidity that is spread, because I was looking at charts and I think like 99% is in the top 1,000, I think. So, and it's the same as it was 4 years ago. I think 93 or 94% is in the top 100, and it's the same as 4 years ago. So, does it matter? Do you think it matters?
A little, I guess, but
I think it matters a lot if you look on the projects below 5 million. It matters a lot, because let me tell you that you are from the biggest guys. I'm usually within the 50K, 100K, 200K, 5 million, 10 million. For me, 10 million is a sell-off. It's done. For me, it's done. For you, it's a buy. For me, it's dead. For me, it's over. So that's why I work with the smaller projects. And I work with the big ones as well, of course. But for me, the liquidity is too much spread, and it's not even about the bear market. It's about the last years, the pump fund style stuff destroyed it. Because me included, one day I catch myself that, brother, you hold this token 6 months. You sold it today to buy a shitcoin that your friend told you that is pumping. I made one of the shitcoin, of course, like 25%, and I did buy the same token. But what if I didn't? I would lose. I would basically don't have my long-term project that I support, that I have a bag like 1 year over, and what will happen? So people are switching. If we are talking about the smaller cap, people are switching too much. People are switching too much because they are taught by the whole market, by the whole pump fund shit, that you have to switch. It's not about. I started in 2017. It was like, man, you're talking when I went in Apollo privacy project. I first started with first on-chain project was Apollo, was a privacy project, and I started with privacy. Bought it. It was 5x. I felt nothing. It was 10x. I felt nothing. It was 15x. I started to DCA, and this saved me, because you know how it is. If bear market came, doesn't matter if it's 50, if it's the best project in the world. In bear market, everything goes down. So in the small cap area, it really matters now, because people are not like they were before. It was 2,000 coins on the market, so it was easier. The project just basically did any news, mainnet news, shit news, partnership news. I don't know. CEO went to Dubai, 5x in the 2 days. Now, if I worked with a project that had 300K market cap, they partnered with Microsoft, and they had confirmed from Microsoft it's full legit, and it's still legit now, and they did pump to 15%, 15, man, just because the liquidity on smaller caps, sorry, is not concentrated, just because people stop believing in 100x. Tell me now, 1 year ago, I had comments like, bro, it's going to 100x, bro, it's going to 100x, bro, it's going to, even in pre-market, bro, it's going to 100x, now it will do 5x, 10x, and people stop believing it. In the bigger cap, I assure you, support you, it is right now, but under 1 million, under 5 million, it's a battle, and only the biggest communities that still have the power in them, like those guys that are years in crypto and don't give up, will be here, even when the volume on Ethereum is especially shit.
So Sebastian, what are your criteria for them? Yeah, because look, I also trade a lot of degen coins, but I'm not doing that for my clients. Yeah, because it would be shit, you know. It's really difficult to do that for high net worth guys. Yeah, because they like to maybe put 100,000 in a coin, but this coin is a 50K market cap. This will implode everything. Yeah, so I'm not doing that for them, but on my socials I do it. But look, I'm like an analyst more. Yeah, so for me, it's still, I need to know the team. I need to know what they're going to do. So it's a little bit of cheating, yeah, for me, to take small. For instance, this year my highest, or it was last year already, man. It's February 2026 now. But last year the highest I went from a small cap was 34x on Jobs. I don't know if you know it. It's an AI coin as well. But it's just because someone told me, knows the team, says, okay, going to launch then, and this is a very short trade. But the ones that I have for a longer term, it's always I know the team. Yeah, but how do you do this then? How do you say, like, liquidity is widely spread? How do you know this is going to be a winner?
You said it yourself. Inside information that
same thing, yeah,
happened. It's not about sharing it on X, and not about everything that I trade is not shared on X. Just because if I shared an information that I got from someone that I shouldn't got it, it would be a market manipulation. So if I, as a KOL, register it, said to you that buy this because it will happen, something will happen tomorrow, and I bought it, basically it's market manipulation. So I can hint with the, you know how it is, no financial advice, NDAs, and so on. But it's tricky. If you are not KOL and you are not posting on X, you can have like, man, my friend is launching a coin, he has this KOL, this, and if you start, you have entry. To be honest, in the last 4 months, I made only why I didn't close my one-man company, just because there are no deals. There are no deals for KOLs lately. I have two talks tomorrow and the day after, but normally there are limited deals, and you have to, if I live only from Web3 and I live only from Web3, it's hard to sustain. So in the last 2-3 months, all that saved me is trading. And like I need, like, let's say 2.5K monthly to pay bills, pay my company costs, pay taxes, pay accountant and food, everything. So I earned like $900. So where is the 1.5K I had to trade it? I didn't like it, but I had to do it. So I don't like trading, to be honest. If there's an automated option like on the Deepbot, sure. But sorry, still a bit sick. My wife doesn't like trading just because when I trade with my mind, I am angry. I don't know about you, but I'm fucking angry. If I bought something like on 60K and it's dropped to 30K, I am fucking angry. And it's not like I'm angry on you. It's literally exploding for me. I cannot sustain the feelings. If it goes to 3x, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. Let's drop a beer. But if it goes low and you have the only one wallet to trade and you've got like me, like $200 in it, man, I'm fucking angry. And you know how it is. Even in this market, sometimes the big guy said he would do things. He did it, and he didn't went out. He basically went to 60K, dropped to 20K, went to 50K. People still build, of course. There's two options now. You know the team, they are building, they are doxed. So in the 2, 3, 6 months, as you said, it will go up. And 99% of it that I invested would go up, but your capital is locked. Where do you get your next capital if you don't have the job? You have to keep the capital flowing. So in the last bull market, I had like 5 trading wallets. I had like, I don't know, 15, 20K constantly unlocked. If I see a new deal, $500, $500, $500, $500, and I still had like 10K locked. So I had now, thanks to the last 12 months, you know how the market went, and the projects like Messier, project like QuickSync, project like Deepbot, the builders, the real people with tech, with I hold it. What? If you hold it, you have it locked. So you have to have the USDT, USDC unlocked.
Messier, I talk about Messier a lot because they were building for 2 years, I think. I actually missed the entry, like so many people, and like so many people will with us. That's the plan, because things take so long and the people just don't have the money to sit around for long enough. They think, oh, I can go and make something else here or something else here. But eventually that project, if the team are doing everything they're supposed to be doing, will just hit hard, right? And then everyone's like, Powell, I could have bought that at 2 million and this and that. I've missed so many of those that people have said, buy that. And then it went through the roof. And I just think, well, that was stupid. Messier is definitely one of them, because they're a team that believe what they're doing. They work hard. They're genuine. They're doxed. I've met them in Dubai. And then they actually do really, really well, you know, because they're building something real, as we are, as Wasim is, you know, and people just don't have the money, as I said, to put in $5,000 and just let it sit there. They take it out. They try and make something on something else and something on something else. And it is what it is. That's just part of building long-term projects, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. So then I have a question to Wasim, because we have a staging set up, and the staging people are asking, what would AI look like in Stagix, and will there ever be AI in Stagix implemented? And any ideas for it?
Yeah, I already mentioned around the thoughts of having a sort of an experiment where AI agents can just go and debate live. So you can have a host and you can have a co-host, and then you can have other agents just commenting in the discussion board. Just really agents discussing a certain topic that they are experienced with, and then having it as a live debate. And actually, this is something that we will actually get as an experiment and see how it goes.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to see the experiment. And also, I don't know, we are talking about the live stream search options future in the Stagix. Will there be an option to use AI to, like, I don't know, get this video? And you said for me, like, you said about snippets. Can you
Yeah, there are several things. Yeah, you can use it for getting some important video snippets, if you want to call it. It can be also used for moderation, by the way. So think about auto-detecting spams, auto-detecting bad words, and so on, and then potentially agents acting as moderations. So yeah, there's a lot of room of integrating AI within StageX.
Awesome. That was my question. So back to you, trade to crypto. Well, of course, I will also, one thing I will mention is that I invited one trade to crypto and said, brother, let's do a live stream. And he said, let's do it. And I said, let's do it on your channel. And he was like, why on your channel? Because I have 27K followers. So for me, it's another live stream. And it's important for me, of course. But for you have like 3K followers at the moment? 3, 4K?
Not even, I think. No, I just began.
Yeah,
with,
so I rather share that your community and you get the benefit than that I do it, because for me it would be like, I don't know, a few followers more and so on. And I rather spend the time to help you, because I help people, than do it on my channel. And of course, the better part is your channel doesn't know about QS and doesn't know about the DEEPAI, so tokens.
Yep.
So this is also very good, because if it happened on my channel, it's constantly the same people or similar people watching. If it's your own channel, it's also good for those two guys below, because new eyes are watching on you.
Yeah, and I really loved having you guys on, because on social media we actually only look at the Degen coins, and for me you're Degen coins. So because it's under 100 million for me. so that's actually really good. In the Telegram group as well, we're always looking at coins that can grow in the future. So maybe as an end of this stream, would be great if you both could tell me what are the pros about your about why should we buy your coin? You know, why would it be much higher in like a year from now or 2 years from now? Maybe let's start with Wasim.
I don't really like to discuss price actions, but definitely I can give you reasons for why this is valuable, at least.
Yeah, I'm not really asking for the price action, but why would your company grow a lot? Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually, so let me take it step by step here. The crypto market today is like 24/7 market. It's narrative driven and so on, but it is still running on Web2 rails when it comes to live streamings, exactly as we are doing now. And the main reasoning is live streaming was not really built for how crypto actually works. So the crypto people are investors, traders, builders that want real influence, not just sort of a passive entertainment. So the four of us here are speaking together, but there's 100 people on X watching, but it's very hard to give them the voice and steer the conversation and so on. And with that said, you are also not able to directly monetize your stream. So what we are building is a sort of so with our approach, we are building an interaction file where we give where what crypto actually needs. So we give the investors and the people the voice, and at the same time it is monetizable. And we believe that this will definitely be an alternative for the giant Web2 streaming, such as Twitch, X Spaces, Discord, wherever they are built. So live streaming is built for example, for gaming. It's built for music. It's built for sports, but it's not really built for how crypto actually works. And this is where we see ourselves positioned, and this is why we see ourselves in terms of, in general, in private workspaces, being very well positioned to win. And there's no true winner yet, and this is what makes us live and breathe QuickSync, because we want to be this winner.
Okay, nice. Thank you, man. And Crypt, for you?
Yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of perspective, right? So DEX trading or bots or whatever, the volume that's run through, and I've just pulled up some stats right now, is like 94 trillion, right? 94 billion, sorry. So $94 billion worth of volume has gone through trading bots in Telegram, right? 94 billion. Now, Banana Gun, for example, who were one of the first ones to go against Maestro, that actually had a token attached to theirs to pay part of the fees revenue back to the owners, right? That's a lot of how we structured our ecosystem as well, where if you own the token, we will share the revenue that we make from fees. Now, given that we've just began our user acquisition journey, we're in a very, very early stage right now. And this is why I was comparing kind of to Messier, is that now that we're going to start pushing our users, and someone's asked how many users we have, the volume starts to increase. And then we split 50% of what fees we make goes back to the people that are holding the token, right? You have to hold at least 0.1%. I suggest buying all of it. But the reality is, Banana Gun's paid out a cumulative revenue of $86 million. Yeah. Now, our product, in my opinion, and many others, absolutely smashes any other platform out there. We do so many things that these other guys don't do. Plus, we also provide a service very much the same as them. So we have a web interface, which will be live imminently. So all of this volume through wallet, through trader, through web, all of this goes through one router, and then is split for community, and of course goes back to team for whatever marketing and things like that. That's huge, right? And we've started paying some revenue last year at the end of the year, just to prove that we are in fact paying out revenue, just to make a point. and then we completely overhauled everything. But we changed the whole entire lot to simplify it for now, which has just been released a couple of weeks ago. New web, new everything, new branding, the whole deal. So now we're ready to push. Yeah, both QS and us are under $1 million right now, under $1 million, and we probably work harder than most teams out there. I would absolutely 100% say that for sure, because everything we do is transparent. We're telling all our community what we're actually doing to help to grow users, and we're going to give part of the money back. So if you're buying something, use our bot because you're getting the money back as a holder. Simple as that. So yeah, we're expecting to. My whole entire reason of giving money back to people is because if we build this together, and a lot of what we've built is created based on feedback from people who are actually part of our community, they get money back, right? And if you're holding a reasonable amount, I think the highest one we paid out was $400 or $500 for a month, right? And we're hardly even doing any volume. We've only hit $500,000 worth of volume. It's a really, really attractive proposal to own some tokens. Then if the price goes up, the token price goes up. Then if whatever happens to the tokens, it doesn't matter. And I've said this before with Sebastian, is most of the people that are holding most of the supply have been holding it for a super long time because they know that we're here to make revenue, right? They're buying a revenue bag, not a token bag that's going to go up. You know, they're not expecting tomorrow it's going to go 2x, 10x, 5x, or whatever, but it will, right? And I also don't like talking price action. The chart is a byproduct of the product that we are building. And as we build users, more people use it, more fees come in, more people want to be part of it, so they buy the chart, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we have a token. How was that?
Okay, then there's one question I know every viewer wants to know, every viewer that doesn't know you already. How is this working? You know, how do they get this money? Is this an automated process? Will it just be
we just send it to them straight to their wallet? So we were initially, we built a whole complex router which split fees, and it was so complicated. It was incredible, but it was slow because it was doing so many things at one time. So we simplified it. We took away that. We put a really super fast new contract in there, and that then splits the fees between us and them. And then we take the users and then we just send them USDC straight to their ETH wallet. They don't even have to stake. They don't even have to go on an app. You can put it in a ledger wallet and never touch it, and money will just go directly to you. We'd send it. That, in my opinion, is the best way. I hate staking. I would never make somebody do something that I wouldn't do myself. So yeah, I've tried to make it as easy as possible. And it's a bloody good system, man. I mean, I studied all of the ecosystems, all of the revenue shares. It took me a long, long time to try and build the best possible way of giving people money back from, you know, and if we get rich, they get rich. Simple as that.
Oh, that sounds really good, man.
When we get rich. I should have changed that to when. Anyways, there you go. Another short answer.
When.
And Wasim, how is this for QS? Is there some coherence between revenue and the token?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole purpose. So eventually, every revenue generated from our products, so it's a flywheel shared together with the holders. So that's really the whole purpose. And I guess I fully agree. This is really the purpose why people are still holding, because they are looking forward for this flywheel. And the conviction is not in the token itself, but the conviction is how big this could go in terms of revenue generation, which will make a lot of sense for us. And then it will sort of push more people to buy the token itself, but at the same time, they are doing this passive income out of it.
Well, it sounds really interesting as well. I think it's the modern way, yeah, because I see, well, not really a lot of projects, but more and more projects that understand this, yeah, that actually their users, they need some kind of revenue share, yeah. That's really good.
Yeah,
I don't think that users really need revenue share if they are here from the pump fund and want to just 20% off.
Yeah,
true.
But for me, I always say one thing to the projects I would work with. There are two options. We can work it for a one-time gig, and I can charge you 25% extra, or we can do it even minus 50%, but we do it long term. Just because My community loves long-term projects simply because I don't have to switch. People feel that this guy supports something long, not like deal. Yeah, I last year I switched like, I don't know, 8 projects or 10 projects, but it wasn't because of me. I delivered my part. They just said, let's fire all KOLs, let's fire everything, let's just end up their marketing. And look where they are now, the ones that kept their products and people that's picking it. It's not about marketing. At this point, on this bear market, we do not market it like, wow, brother, let's go all in. It's about sustaining what we have, because no one's going up, mostly. Some coins on base maybe at the moment, but they will go down soon. So at the moment, marketing is at the minimum level of sustain the community that already holds it and let the damage go minimum. So keep on building. And if you suddenly said, let's fire all marketing guys, let's don't post on X, let's, instead of completely building, just went silent, it's starting to go minus 80%, minus 90%, and people are starting to realize, man, why I bought QS. I wanted to see the live stream. I wanted to see quicks. I wanted to see monetization. I wanted to see people making money. Then they sharing that they made money. They invite friends. They make money, and the revenue share flywheels go back to the holders with the part of the revenue. So long-term hold, golden, but you have to have the vision to keep on the long term. It's not a project to be buying for 5% gain. If you do it that, what's the purpose of it? It's you can go on pump fund and basically randomly blah 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 blah. This one had switch, 2 bots and so on. Those guys below, like you are guys, exactly why you're asking about 100 million projects. Those guys below are under 1 million, and they sure do not deserve to be even in this point under 1 billion, because their technology, even now, the stagic is working and people are like asking questions and so on. Everything works like intended. They didn't promise mountains. They delivered more than they promised. The technology is going in the right direction. They are updating to the AI. They didn't start with the AI solution very much as everyone else, but if there's something new, Wasim will be the first one to experiment on it, like the bot stocking. The Kryptonite will do the same, just basically to have the edge over everyone, and they will find the solution and they have the plan. So it's all in the right process, and not many projects are doing it. Some, let's say, real, even in the 50 market cap million, are here to extract the communities. We all know that. No one is saying it out loud because you can be sued. You are not saying names, but it's a mass extraction from the teams mostly, just because they have no vision. They wanted to create a token, they wanted to pump it. Now they try to say we have something in the plans. Like even won't share the tickers. You know how it is. You can be later sued that you promote FUD and so on. You are paid. Now we are not paid. It's how it is, and you know how you talked about few tokens that went down. You know, we talked in the backlog. They went down on purpose because the teams didn't want to make it go up. They made the money. They made the money. They made so much money. They now just pretend to build. Nothing goes in. Look at Deepbot. They are releasing new news every day. Our community is happy. They are doing funny videos. I love the funny videos especially. They are doing tutorials. They are doing now updates, big updates, where the guys from 50 million market cap cannot do shit because they extracted so much. They just want to pretend that we are here. We have the fingers here. We didn't do nothing. We are living in Dubai. We have their own villages. We have our bot followers and so on, and just have to live their lives without nothing. So support the builders, support the good guys, support the dogs, KOS. Let's stop fucking supporting the scammers that hide their faces and switch the 100,000 tokens daily with a dropped CA. But soon there will be an option on X that those guys will be gone. I see already like 20% of them dead, and I think that we will be here long term, and many KOLs that you know at the moment will be gone just because you have to state it was advertised. And I am my own one-man company. I don't mind stating I promote a token. If I promote a token, if I got paid, it's even better. If I'm a community member and I see, bro, I paid this guy to promote it, I love it. Team spent money on marketing. It's not a random fucking shield. He got paid for it. And if it's not paid in tokens, there's no dilution. Because if you paid in tokens, yeah, you know how this. You paid in tokens 2% to the guys with that 30K market cap, and it's suddenly no one sold, and there's a dip minus 50%. So I never stake tokens. Everyone knows that. If I take the tokens, I can take from 100 million market cap. Because if I sell $100 without 10 million liquidity, it won't even do 0.01 damage to the chart. That's all from me. Thank you very much for inviting me and my friends from the Deepbot and from the QuickSync. Let's go!
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. It was an awesome talk.
Yeah, man, I really do appreciate you all taking the time. As normal, thank you. And Trail to Crypto, it's been a great chat, my friend. You don't have to do this, so it's really good that you do. You know, come and check us out. Tell your community, come and check us out. Yeah, it's tough right now, but we're gonna smash it. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah,
I'm a salesman, mate.
Yeah, trust me, bro. I worked 9 years in real life marketing. Trust me, bro. Just don't buy anything I said. Just trust me, bro, and send me next time 1 million that you owe me from the last year.
Okay, great. Hey guys, thank you. I had my microphone off, so nobody understood what I was saying, but it was actually just thanking you for being here. And well, till next time.
Yeah, take care.
Maybe one day we'll do
Thanks
a
a lot.
show.